This As Dusk Falls walkthrough will include every single missable achievement in the game. I'm going to try and do it as spoiler-free as possible, so we will be jumping around quite a bit. We will have a main walkthrough file, as well as multiple other save files that we're going to use for chapter select and going back to grab achievements that we miss. With that said, it is very, very, very important that you never overwrite your main walkthrough. I'll remind you throughout the video, but we will need this main walkthrough file in order to get a couple of achievements at the very end of the game that are super difficult to get if you're not following this guide. With all of that said, I am going to leave some timestamps down in the description if you want to hop around, but otherwise, let's get into the game. We're going to be earning the Codebreaker and Smooth Criminal achievements first, and this is at Sheriff Dante Romero's house in Chapter 1. As Jay makes it upstairs, you need to yank this help button before the timer runs out. Don't worry, you have plenty of time. Make sure to not fail any of the QTEs. After the scene with Sheriff Romero's wife, you'll be in his office, and you're going to want to search the bookcase 2 times in order to find the safe. Now the safe code is 5926. You'll see it on screen in a moment, but once you enter that in and open up the safe, you will get your achievement for Codebreaker.
Yes!
After getting the money and making your way back downstairs, Dante will come home and you'll need to complete a bunch of QTEs in order to escape the house without alerting him. As long as you have cracked open the safe and you escape without alerting him by completing all of the QTEs, you will get your second achievement for Smooth Criminal.
Who's there? Came back early.
Playing as Vince at the Desert Dream Hotel, Big Sam will arrive, and in order to unlock the Message Received achievement, you need to leave the evidence on the ground when given the choice to hide it or leave it. Big Sam will notice it and get a little suspicious, but nothing will happen yet. At the end of the conversation, you'll have to choose between responding with yep or help. Make sure that you choose the option yep, and Big Sam will get your message loud and clear. At the end of the chapter, Tyler will take Michelle as a hostage, and you'll need to choose to fight him for his gun. Then you need to complete all the QTEs to successfully get the gun from Tyler, and finally choose to shoot Tyler at the very end of the chapter to earn this achievement. Now, without overwriting our main walkthrough, we want to start a new save file and replay from the chapter Becky. And from here, we are going to get the Bungled achievement for ruining the heist. So in order to do this, first off, we need to let the timer run out on the help button. Instead of yanking it, just let the timer run out and she will be able to call for help. Then from here, once we get into Sheriff Romero's office, you can go ahead and find the safe. But once you do that, do not actually enter the code. Just let the timer run out and that will make it so you don't actually get the money. Finally, from here, there's a couple of different ways that this can go, but no matter what, Dante will get home, and you will need to fail the QTE to get the money, but then you can attack Dante in order to escape at least. But doing so, you will have failed the burglary as you did not get away with any of the money and get your achievement. On that same save file, we want to hop back into the story tree and we're going to replay from Big Sam Arrived. From here, we're going to get the achievements Cop Out and Point Blank. First off, for Cop Out, Big Sam needs to get killed by Tyler. In order for this to happen, when you have the choice of hiding the evidence or leaving it, you want to choose to hide the evidence. Then, when Big Sam asks who you're traveling with, you want to respond with, "Just my dad." After Michelle and Zoe enter the scene, Big Sam will get suspicious because you said that you were just with your father. From here, you want to say to Michelle, "Let's get out of here," and this will set off everything in motion for Tyler to come out and kill Big Sam, earning you your achievement. Immediately after this, you'll get into a fight with Tyler for the gun. Once again, you want to complete the QTEs in order to get the gun from Tyler, but then at the very end of the chapter, you want to choose to surrender, giving the gun back over to Tyler, earning you the point blank achievement. Continuing on our main save, at the start of Chapter 2, Tyler will tie up Vince and Michelle in the office. In order to unlock the What's Your Emergency achievement, you need to knock over the scissors, completing all the QTEs, and then use them to cut yourself free from the binding.
I'm in the Desert Dream Motel. Can you connect me directly to the sheriff?
For the Paging Dr. Walker achievement, once the police break into the Desert Dream Motel and a shootout begins, you'll have the choice to make a run for it, choose to do that, and Michelle will get shot. This will leave you all still in the motel, and now you'll need to work on getting the bullet out of her. Complete all of the QTEs in order to do this safely, and you will get your achievement. Later on, we'll be in a flashback, and from here we can get the Keeping the Faith and the Second Chance achievements. During this flashback, Vince is convinced that Michelle is cheating on him, so first you need to mention the text messages. The conversation will continue to the couch, and at this point you're going to say, "Okay, I'm sorry," in order to unlock the Keeping the Faith achievement. Back at the Desert Dream Motel, you'll need to choose between Zoe or Michelle to be able to leave for the hostage exchange. You're going to want to choose Michelle in order to save her life and get the achievement for Lifesaver. After choosing Michelle, Vince will carry her outside, and once she's on the gurney, you want to choose the option of Trust is Everything in order to unlock the Second Chance achievement. Near the end of the chapter will be our chance to unlock the Dodged a Bullet achievement. Dale will take Vince out as a hostage for more negotiations, and Vince will notice a sniper pointed at Dale. You'll need to choose to warn Dale in order to save his life and earn your achievement. On a separate save, we're going to hop into the story tree and load up Relaxed on Balcony. This will bring us back to the flashback conversation, and once we get back to the couch, this time we want to say no, there's more to this. Then, as the conversation continues, you'll need to choose to sit and talk instead of walking away as Vince gets up from the couch. Finally, you'll need to choose to forgive Michelle at the very end of the conversation to unlock your achievement. Once again, on a separate save, we want to load up Relaxed on Balcony, and this time we're going to be unlocking the Unforgivable achievement. In order to do this, progress to the end of the conversation, and this time we're going to choose to not forgive Michelle. So choose Don't Forgive or Can't Forgive, depending on what option you get, in order to unlock this achievement. Back on our main walkthrough, near the beginning of Chapter 3, we can earn the Better the Devil You Know achievement by warning the Holts about Dante's pager. Sharon will join you all in the Desert Dream Motel, and you'll have a choice to warn her about the pager. Make sure to do so for this achievement. In a flashback later on in the chapter as Jay, you'll have a chance to earn the Resurrection achievement by helping the stranger to rise from the grave. So you will be burying this guy alive, as your father is telling you to do, and then you'll have a choice to continue doing it or refuse. Make sure that you choose to refuse. Toward the end of Chapter 3, we'll be able to earn the Take Me Instead achievement by convincing the Holts to take Vince as their hostage. At the beginning of the standoff, you'll have a choice to lower your gun or keep it raised. Make sure that you lower it in order to enter a conversation with the Holts, and then during that conversation, you need to choose I Can Help You. On a separate save file, we want to replay from The Long Night Continues in order to get the Long Arm of the Law achievement. And all we're going to do is talk to Sharon once again near the start and not warn her about the pager this time. On a separate save file, we want to replay Drove Bear into the Woods. And for this one, as Jay, we actually need to obey Bear and continue burying the man alive for the Buried Alive achievement. Once again, on a separate save file, we're going to load up Attacked by Dante, and we're going to be earning the She's Coming With Us achievement. In order to do this, during the conversation with the Holt at the end of the chapter here, we want to keep our gun raised when told to lower it, and then once again we'll have a choice to listen to Jay or not. Don't listen to Jay. Jay will then shoot Vince in the back of the leg, and the family will leave with Zoe. Back on our main save, you'll be playing as Jay at the beginning of Chapter 4, and you'll need to unlock the car door so Vince can escape and earn the achievement Invincible. Later on in Chapter 4, you'll be playing as Ash, and you'll make your way through the forest, eventually running into Dante. During this conversation, you need to choose to keep the cabin a secret in order to unlock the achievement Cabin What Cabin. At the end of Chapter 4, we'll be playing as Jay again, and for the Brothers in Arms achievement, we need to stop Tyler from falling from the tree. So since Ash did not reveal the cabin to Dante, what ends up happening at the cabin is Jay and Tyler get into a fight. You'll need to complete all of the QTEs correctly, and once you jump up into the tree, Tyler will chase after you. You'll get a choice to save him from falling, so make sure you do that in order to unlock this achievement. On a separate save file, we're going to replay from Hid in Cabin, and this time as Ash, we're going to reveal the cabin to Dante to earn the Trail of Breadcrumbs achievement. Continuing on this save file, immediately after that scene, we will be with the Holts in the cabin, and there's going to be a shootout starting. So as Jay, in order to earn the next two achievements, Once a Holt, as well as Hands in the Air, first, we need to choose to help the family rather than abandon them. This is going to unlock the Once a Holt achievement. Then, after helping the family, toward the end of the shootout, you'll have a choice to make, and you're going to want to surrender in order to unlock the Hands in the Air achievement. On a separate save file, we're going to load up the Cops Ambush cabin scene, and we're going to be unlocking the No Going Back achievement. So first off, we need to choose to help our family, and then on the next choice, instead of surrendering, this time we're going to flee. You'll have to complete a bunch of QTEs to get through the forest, and then as Jay, you'll be confronted by a single police officer. Choose to shoot this police officer in order to unlock the achievement. Back on our main walkthrough at the start of Chapter 5, Jay will make it to a bar, and he's going to be challenged to a game of darts. All you need to do is move your cursor and then press the interact button once in the circle 3 times in a row in order to win this darts game and unlock the achievement Bullseye. Immediately after the dart game, we're going to try to escape the bar as a police officer will come to arrest Jay. However, you actually want to fail one of the QTEs in order to get caught to set up our next achievement. In the next scene, Jay will be interrogated, and during this conversation, you need to not confess in order to unlock the Plead the 5th achievement. Now, in order to actually do this, you just want to choose all of the same conversation options that I do, so just follow along with the video and pick everything that I pick.
We'll get you back home where you belong. Shit. I don't have to tell you. I'm telling you.
Later on in the chapter, you'll be playing as Paul, and you'll need to choose between helping Sharon or helping Dante. For our main walkthrough, we're going to help Sharon. This will unlock the Cuba Libre achievement, and after selecting to help Sharon, you will need to complete a couple of QTEs to escape Dante. At the end of the chapter, Jay and Vanessa will go to a house party and will be able to earn the Heart to Heart as well as the Bonnie and Clyde achievements. So first off, when you head upstairs and find Vanessa with Todd, you want to choose to wait outside. Then after that, when Todd confronts you at the doorway, you need to choose to leave them. And finally, when outside, As Vanessa explains to you what Todd did or tried to do, you need to choose to leave Todd alone and not go back into the party. Jay and Vanessa will then leave Todd's party to go and talk, and during this conversation is where you can unlock the 2 achievements. So first off, we need to select that we lied to her and admit it to Vanessa in the beginning of the conversation. Then when she kisses you, you need to choose to kiss her back in order for them to fall in love. Later on in the conversation, when asked if Vanessa should come to Canada, you need to select I do. And then finally, to finish off the conversation, you need to select I'm still a Holt. This will unlock both of the achievements. On a separate save file, we're going to load up Dante Came Calling, and we'll be playing as Paul once again, but this time we're going to side with Dante and help Dante to arrest Sharon. This will unlock the Jailbird achievement. Just make sure you complete the QTE. On a separate save file, we're going to load up the Ditched Party with Vanessa scene, and this time during the conversation when Vanessa asks about moving to Canada with Jay, you want to respond with no, it's too dangerous to unlock the You're on Your Own achievement. Continuing our main save on Chapter 6, in order to earn the Into the Wild achievement, Jay needs to escape to Canada. So in the national park, whether you are with Vanessa or not, you should be with Vanessa if you followed the walkthrough. Then all you need to do is complete all of the QTEs, and then at the very end you need to choose to jump together to earn this achievement. At the end of the game, you'll be playing as Zoe, and you'll confront Jay in the future, and there will be an achievement here to earn called Breaking Bread. In order to do that, you need to complete the conversation just as I do. So in the first option here, you need to choose I don't hate you, and then to complete the conversation, choose no, you're not. We're going to load up a new save, making sure not to overwrite our secondary save where Jay goes to Canada alone. And this time we're going to load up Jay Pursued by Cops. From here, there's going to be a bunch of QTEs through the forest just as before, but this time we're going to purposely fail the QTE in which Jay needs to pull himself back up after falling over the edge. You actually need to fail it 2 times in a row before the cops catch up to you and arrest you, unlocking the Almost Made It achievement. Continuing on this save, Jay and Zoe will meet in person in the future. Jay is preparing for his execution as he has been in prison, and during this conversation you need to respond just as I do as Zoe. So first off, you need to choose You Looked Out For Me, and then at the big crossroads section you need to choose No More Trauma in order to unlock the Enough Is Enough achievement. Finally, on this same save, we will get the Stay of Execution achievement. During Jay's execution, it needs to actually get called off. Now, in order for this to happen, of course, Jay needs to have been arrested, and as far as I can tell, Vince and Michelle need to survive in Chapter 1. You cannot bury the stranger in Chapter 3. You cannot shoot the cop in the forest in Chapter 4. You probably shouldn't fight Todd in Chapter 5. And you do not hit the checkpoint officer in Montana in Chapter 6. As long as you've done all of that, you should have the conditions to unlock this achievement. On a separate save file, we're going to load up Visited Jay in Canada, and this time during the conversation between Jay and Zoe, we want to choose Your Family Ruined My Life. This will then lead Zoe to pull out her phone, and you'll need to choose to turn him in order to call the police and get Jay arrested, unlocking the Most Wanted achievement. Finally, for our last achievement, Free Bird, we want to use our secondary save where Jay and Vanessa went their separate ways. If you don't have that save, you should be able to auto-generate Chapter 6 on a new save. Either way, as long as Jay is in the National Forest by himself, eventually you'll get approached by a park ranger. You'll have a pretty long conversation, and at the end of the conversation, you need to choose to surrender to the park ranger. Now, if you've done all of the following, which is Vince and Michelle surviving, not burying the stranger alive in Chapter 3, not shooting the cop in the forest in Chapter 4, not fighting Todd in Chapter 5, and not hitting the checkpoint officer in Montana in Chapter 6, the park ranger will actually refuse your surrender and allow you to escape, unlocking the Freebird achievement. And that will be your last achievement in the game. If this video helped you out, please leave a like, and if you're feeling extra cool, maybe even hit that subscribe button.